We were all young once, and you know, growing up is a difficult business in some ways. Some of us breeze through it, some of us don't. And regardless,
some of us never get there.
What's that?
Some of us never get
there.
Okay.
And you know, sometimes it's a generational thing, and you know, it is difficult, and especially now being young is very, very difficult. Particularly, it brings its own challenges. And I think one of them challenges is in regards to intervention. And we talk about when a young person needs intervention, it has to be there, because early intervention is key. And I would say, and most of us would say, that intervention in this country for mental health service for young people is very arbitrary. Because if you're waiting for more than 3 months, in some cases 6 months or a year, for intervention, then there's something very, very wrong. And I was a member of the Joint Committee on the Future of Mental Health Care, and it issued a report in 2018. And like most, you know, things, reports kind of gather dust. But I looked over it before I came here, and one of the recommendations was in regards to the domination of medication as a treatment option. And I think this is obviously very pertinent in relation to what's happening in South Kerry. And over-medication was compensating for the lack of services. Now that's key, I think, in relation to what we're talking about here today, because there's many other interventions that young people specifically can get other than medication. And if you look at the particularly last 25 years, medication, particularly for around young people, has quadrupled in relation to prescribing. So that is very, very concerning. Just in relation to primary care psychological services, they are not, I suppose to be very careful here, but they are not meeting the needs of young people at this moment in time. And you only have to see in the last year, camp services have, the intervention for them has increased by at least 1/3. So there is a demand. And obviously the pandemic has really kind of done quite detrimental things to all of us. But young people have, you know, they have kind of shaped that in their own way, but obviously, you know, intervention is very, very key. Just the last thing, Minister, and this is the key thing about this argument, is in relation to resources. In Ireland at the moment, and you know this as well as anybody, we spend 5.2% on mental health care. Now, in relation to the European Union, the WHO and Care, they say it should be doubled. So in order to do that, you would have to invest €1 billion extra into mental health care. That's not, at the moment, I mean, €1 million is welcome, but that needs to be much, much more than €1 million. Thank you.